For many years, I've spoken with people who work closely with the aging body: physical therapists, rehabilitation specialists, movement experts, and seniors themselves from different parts of the world. And despite different cultures and lifestyles, one pattern keeps appearing again and again. As people get older, especially after 75, strength slowly fades if it isn't challenged. Balance becomes less reliable. Movements that once felt automatic begin to require more attention. And yet one message is repeated almost everywhere: just walk more. Walking is often presented as the complete solution, as if steps alone are enough to protect strength, stability, and independence well into later years. Walking is good. It helps circulation, mood, and daily rhythm. I recommend it. But here's what's important to understand. Walking mainly moves the body forward. It does not actively challenge balance. It does not rebuild lost muscle. It does not train the body to react quickly when something unexpected happens. And after 75, those abilities matter more than ever. When you look closely at how the body works, you begin to notice gaps that walking alone cannot fill. The muscles that keep you steady when you turn, the small stabilizers that help you recover from a misstep, the strength required to rise from a chair or stand on one leg. These abilities quietly decline unless they are specifically practiced. That's why today I want to share 5 simple movements that can help support strength and stability after 75, alongside walking, not instead of it. These movements were chosen because they are practical, gentle, and focused on real-life needs. They don't require a gym. They don't require equipment. And they can be adjusted to meet you exactly where you are right now. Stay with me, because one of these exercises, number 2 on our list, stood out more than anything else when it comes to waking up muscles that often go unused for years. Before we begin, I'm curious. How old are you? You can share it in the comments if you like. Many people find motivation simply knowing they're not alone. Let's start with number 5. Exercise number 5, heel-to-toe walking. This movement looks simple, almost too simple, but its effect on balance can be surprisingly powerful. Heel-to-toe walking focuses on something that quietly weakens with age: your body's internal sense of position. This is your ability to know where your feet are without looking down. It's what allows you to walk through a room, step off a curb, or move in a crowded space with confidence. As the years pass, the signals between your feet and your brain can become less precise. When that happens, balance feels less automatic. Small surface changes feel more challenging, and confidence can slowly fade. Heel-to-toe walking gently retrains that communication. To do this exercise, stand near a wall, counter, or sturdy surface so you can reach out if needed. Stand tall and look straight ahead. Then take a step forward, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other. Imagine you're walking along a narrow line. Move slowly. This is not about speed. It's about control. Take about 15 to 20 careful steps, focusing on placing each foot with intention. If you feel unsteady, that's okay. That's actually part of the process. The body is learning again. You can practice this once or twice a day. Over time, many people notice they feel more confident walking in tighter spaces or on uneven ground. As it becomes easier, you can gently increase the challenge by turning your head slightly from side to side or pausing briefly on each step. This movement helps wake up balance pathways that regular walking on flat ground often ignores. Now let's move to number 4, which focuses on something very practical and deeply connected to independence. Exercise number 4, chair squats. This movement trains one of the most important abilities in daily life: the ability to rise from a seated position. Think about how often you do this each day: getting out of a chair, standing up from the toilet, rising from the car. These moments are repeated again and again. When they become difficult, daily life becomes more limited. Chair squats gently strengthen the muscles that make standing possible, especially the muscles at the front and back of the thighs and the muscles around the hips. To begin, choose a sturdy chair. Sit with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest or hold them out in front of you if that feels more comfortable. Lean forward slightly, bringing your weight over your feet, then press through your heels and stand up. Pause briefly at the top, then slowly lower yourself back down with control. The slow lowering is just as important as standing up. That's where strength builds quietly. Start with a number that feels manageable. Even 5 repetitions is a good beginning. Over time, you can work toward 2 or 3 sets of 10. If standing without using your hands feels difficult at first, you can use the arm rests lightly and gradually rely on them less. Progress happens step by step. People who practice this movement regularly often notice that stairs feel easier, rising feels smoother, and confidence grows. It supports independence in a very direct way. In the next part, we'll move into exercises that address balance reactions and core stability, including one movement that requires almost no motion at all, yet can activate strength surprisingly quickly. Now let's move to number 3. This exercise focuses on an area many people overlook, yet it plays a major role in how safely we move through the world. Exercise number 3, standing hip circles. The hips are the body's central connector. They allow you to step to the side, turn quickly, regain balance, and adjust when something unexpected happens. When hip mobility and hip stability decline, even small stumbles can feel harder to recover from. Standing hip circles gently train both mobility and control at the same time. To begin, stand next to a wall or sturdy chair. Rest one hand lightly on it for support. Shift your weight onto one leg, then lift the other knee slightly toward your chest. From here, slowly move the knee out to the side, then gently behind you and back to the starting position. You're drawing a smooth circle with your knee. Move slowly and with control. Do 5 circles in one direction, then 5 in the other direction. Then switch legs. The goal is not to force range of motion. Move only as far as feels comfortable. Over time, those circles often become smoother and more controlled. This exercise helps the body practice adjusting in multiple directions, not just forward and backward. That's important, because real life rarely moves in straight lines. Many people notice that when their hips move more freely, turning, stepping sideways, and even getting in and out of a car feels easier. Practicing this movement once or twice a day, especially in the morning or before bed, can help keep the hips responsive. Now let's move to number 2. This one surprises many people because it involves almost no visible movement. Exercise number 2, the isometric wall push. An isometric exercise is one where you apply effort without moving. The muscles work, but the joints stay still. This can be especially helpful as we get older because it allows strength to develop without stressing sensitive areas. The wall push activates the muscles of the arms, shoulders, chest, core, and even the legs all at once. It teaches the body to brace and stabilize, which is exactly what happens when you need to catch yourself or steady your balance. To perform this exercise, stand facing a wall at about arm's length. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height. Step your feet back slightly so your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Now gently push into the wall. Increase the pressure until you feel your muscles engage. Your arms, your core, and even your legs should feel active. Hold this push for about 10 to 15 seconds while breathing normally, then relax. Repeat this 3 to 5 times. You can adjust the intensity at any moment. Push a little harder if it feels comfortable, or ease off if needed. The goal is steady effort, not strain. This exercise helps the body practice generating strength quickly and safely. Many people find it improves their sense of stability during daily activities like reaching, carrying, or standing for longer periods. If standing at the wall is not comfortable, you can perform a similar push against a countertop or even while seated, pressing your hands into a sturdy surface. What matters is the effort, not the position. In the next and final part, we'll come to the single most important exercise on this list. One simple movement that brings together balance, strength, and coordination in a very powerful way. Now we come to the most important exercise on this list. the one that brings everything together. Exercise number 1, the single leg stance. At first glance, this movement looks almost too basic to matter, simply standing on one leg. But when you look at how the body actually stays upright and stable, this exercise quietly trains more systems at once than almost anything else. When you stand on one leg, your body has to coordinate balance, awareness, hip stability, core control, and ankle strength at the same time. These systems don't work separately in real life. They work together, and this exercise asks them to do exactly that. To begin, stand near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair. Lift one foot just slightly off the ground. You don't need to raise it high. An inch or two is enough. Focus on keeping your standing legs steady. Your hip, knee, and ankle should feel gently active. Try to hold this position for about 30 seconds. Then switch legs. If 30 seconds feels like too much right now, that's perfectly fine. Start with whatever time you can manage. Even 5 or 10 seconds is a meaningful beginning. Progress happens gradually. You can practice this exercise several times a day. Many people find it helpful to do it while brushing their teeth, waiting for water to boil, or standing in the kitchen. Connecting it to daily routines makes it much easier to stay consistent. As this becomes easier, you can gently increase the challenge. You might try turning your head slowly from side to side, closing your eyes briefly, or standing on a folded towel. Each variation encourages the body to adapt and respond more efficiently. Why is this exercise so important? Because walking, even though it's helpful, does not challenge single-leg balance for long enough. During walking, you're on one leg only for a brief moment before the other foot touches down. That moment is often too short to truly train stability. Standing on one leg for longer periods gives your nervous system time to engage deeply. It strengthens the small, stabilizing muscles that protect you during everyday movements, like reaching, stepping over objects, or turning suddenly. Many people are surprised to discover that they can walk comfortably but struggle to stand on one leg. This gap is important to notice because balance challenges often appear during quiet moments, not while walking forward. That's why this exercise fills a space that walking leaves open. So now you have 5 simple movements that work together, heel to toe. Walking helps refine balance awareness. Chair squats support the ability to rise and sit with confidence. Standing hip circles improve mobility and recovery when movement changes direction. Isometric wall pushes build whole body stability without joint strain. And single leg stance brings everything together. Walking is still valuable, and I encourage you to keep it as part of your routine. But these movements help support areas that walking alone doesn't fully address. The good news is that all 5 exercises together can take less than 15 minutes a day. You don't need equipment. You don't need perfect form. You just need consistency and patience. You don't have to start with all 5 at once. Begin with the one that feels most manageable today. Add others gradually as your confidence grows. Even practicing just the single leg stance a few times a day can make a meaningful difference over time. Your body responds to what you ask of it. Gentle, regular movement sends a powerful signal that strength, balance, and independence still matter. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these exercises feels like the best place for you to start? And what has been the most challenging part of staying active as you've gotten older? You can share your thoughts in the comments. Many people find encouragement simply by reading each other's experiences. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your body and take things one steady step at a time.